Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow program. Thank you for growing with me on today. The birds are chirping again. The birds are chirping again, and we are growing in God. Honey, so let me open up the blinds and let the light of God come in. Let me look outside. Even though the light of God is covered by the clouds, I know it's still there. It's still rising. So I rise. I rise and I grow in God. I listen to the sound of the birds, and the birds are spiritual beings. When the birds get going off and really going off, it's like, to me, it's like a message that they send. It's time to grow. It's time to get the message going, because as soon as I get talking and get going, you see they get quiet. They were just going off, snapping off just a minute ago. And one day, as it was time for my grandson to get up for school, I'm telling you, at 7 o'clock, just like an alarm clock going off, there go the birds. I mean, they just chirping away, just chirping. They chirp for 2 minutes, just like an alarm clock do. Then when I got up to get him ready, they stopped. It was over with. For 2 minutes, the birds chirped. I sat there and listened to it. So I'm telling you, birds are spiritual beings, and so we are spiritual beings. We birds are spiritual beings bringing signs from God. What you got to do is listen for the wisdom. You got to put you out of the equation, because see, this is about God. What is God trying to tell you? What is God trying to show you? Where is God trying to guide you to? Where is God leading you? You got to listen for the voice of the Lord. You got to understand, not lean to your own wisdom and understanding, but you got to lean toward the wisdom of God. You got to look at it from a perspective of love. I know you don't want to, but you got to look at it from a perspective of love. You got to put love in it, because God is everything. Everything is beautiful. It's all about love. See, that's how it all began, was through love. God gave us love. God loved us enough to leave us this and leave us that, leave us all these different things of the earth. But see, we out here trying to get ours. We hustling, going to and fro, and trying to make it go. Trying to make it happen, trying to have this and have that. I want mine. I want this. I got to have it. I want it. And then in the end, when you get it, or you run over somebody getting it, and then you're sitting there looking crazy. Well, you got it. You got it. It's yours. You got it. However way you got it, you got it. If you had to take a life to get it, you got it. So now what? The one thing, see, I'm trying to fix myself. I'm trying to stop using filler words like, and and stuff like that. But talking like that is, it's been years, of talking. I'm not I wouldn't say that I'm a professional speaker. I wouldn't go as far as say I'm a professional anything except child of God. That's what I am. I'm a professional child of God. So I use my profession and make it work for me and try to do the best that I can for God and me. See, because then I can turn when it's time to leave here, when it's time to transition, when it's time to leave everything I got. It's time to part with the seeds that I planted on the earth, when it's time to move on with the Lord. See, I can turn to God and say, well, God, I did what you said. You told me to grow. You told me I couldn't come when I wanted to. When I tried to, you told me turn around. No, turn around and grow. So I did what you said, God. So I want the Lord to say to me, I want God to say, I ain't going to say nothing. God going to already know what I did. God going to see what I did. I ain't got to say a word to plead my case. See, when you go before the judge, you plead your case. Usually if you done something wrong, you try to plead out of it. But see, the thing of it is, whatever I done wrong, I done fixed it. God done fixed it. Ain't that something? I'm looking at something my grandson did. But anyway, it's all good. God done fixed it. God will fix it. We got to put our faith and trust in God. What I'm looking at is I had let him put this hair dye in his head. Well, I don't know why, but it's some blue hair dye. And he likes to lean his head up against the wall because he got his tablet plugged in. I see where he done put his head up against the wall with the blue hair dye on the beige wall. So it'll come out. I get it out. It's washable. But it's just how he put it up there, and it looked like it spell out love. It just does. I'll take a picture of it, show it to you if I remember. I remember. I'll take a picture of it. But honey, and see there, I'm in here in the lighthouse and see that. But even that little distraction there ain't gonna stop me. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Oh no. I got to keep on growing no matter what I see, no matter what around me. See, I see that. I saw that. He didn't put that down on the wall. And see, that kind of threw me off a little bit, just threw me off my square. But I'm back on the peg, honey. I stay on the peg. I might get, just like a weeble wobble, but they don't fall down. So I just keep going back and forth like the weeble wobble. I'm telling you, I ain't getting off this peg, honey. God got me on the peg, and I got to stay right here where I am. I got to stay planted down in the ground, growing in God. Ain't nothing gonna pull me up. Nothing gonna pull me out except God. See, no matter what it look like, see, we could be reaching for the wrong thing. Then the wrong thing come along, pull you up. I got you. The wrong thing, the wrong one. The only one gonna pull me up is God. I don't need a drink when I'm down. I don't need a man when I'm lonely. I need God. That's all I need, honey. That's the only thing I look for. That's on the journey. That's God. That's what God is giving me. God is giving me grow, and all the blessings come through grow. All the love that I've ever known. I've known more love and grow than I've ever known in my life. Really, for real. God has shown me true love, because God's truth is love. His truth is marching on. And we just got to keep on trusting and believing in the Lord as we grow. We can't not lean to our own understanding. We cannot look over here in the spiritual warfare and get over there and be a part of it there. We got enough problem, oppression, and things going on in the world. We got a humongous problem with mass incarceration. People steady trying to set folks up, trying to argue with folks, send folks to jail, different kind of things. But see, as the ripple goes in, you got to understand one thing. You got to change you. You don't want it to affect you. His heading your way. That ripple is coming. So what are you going to do? Are you going to come at it another way? You going to counteract? You going to push it all back in, to the surface? Look, but one thing we got to do, we got to grow. We got to ride. We got to let it go. We got to let it flow in God. But we got to flow in love. We can't flow in the foolishness. Because then you drown. We got to flow in God, honey. So see, when you flow in God, you're safe. You got the life vest, you got everything. You sit back and God got your pace. See, you're going to flow in love. You're just going to flow on down. Ain't nothing going to bother you. Ain't nothing going to throw you on. Nothing nobody can say to you. Nothing nobody can call you. See, because now you elevated. You're not even there with them. You done gravitated. You done graduated and you up there. You with the Lord. So nothing they say, because look, you are in this world, but not of this world. Those names and labels and things they called you, honey, was a time they called me some things. The United States government called me something. And I sat there and I could not believe it. I said, oh my God, really? Me? Who, me? When I got that indictment letter in the mail, United States government versus me, I couldn't believe it. What? Boy, I really messed up this time. What'd I do? So see, that's what I'm saying. You just get caught up, honey. You get caught up in the system. You don't know, next thing you know, there you go. You think you got it going on, honey. It ain't about that. I'm telling you, people can get you caught up. You get caught up, and really, it could be nothing you even done. It could be nothing you did. And I'm for real. Time after time after time again. And the one thing I plan on doing on this one thing is clearing my name. I want my name cleared. Because, see, I'm not what the United States government called me. I'm not a liar and I'm not a thief. I made mistakes. Yes, we made mistakes in our life. But, people change. Things change. We do things differently. So on this one, where I had joint custody of my children, and the United States government said something different about me, it's wrong. But who are you to fight the system? Who are you to fight the government? Who are you to sit up here and say what the government said is and it ain't? It is what it is, but it ain't gonna be. This is what they said about me. So God knows, God help me, here we grow. I'm gonna show them some different things. I'm gonna point out my side of the story so as God gets the glory. God shall get the glory for the whole growth story. And the system, it is what it is. The system needs fixing. The system needs changing. The system needs updating. The system needs upgrading. The system needs tweaking. The system needs a whole lot of different things. So bring all the tools. The system needs working, honey. We need to get rid of some fools. There's some folks in there, got some people caught up, just like that prosecutor over there and saying he's still working. You mean to tell me a prosecutor is still working after a man was locked up for 43 years of his life, and you sat there and you knew it and you let him stay there, but you still the prosecutor? See, the system needs fixing. See, he need to go out with the old system. We need some new folks in here that's going to go for genuine equality and righteousness, where justice shall flow like a mighty stream. Not just us, because we the only one flowing. There's a few sprinkling in there, but really we the only one flowing on this mass incarceration stream. That's what's flowing down there, and it's flowing right on down to the toilet. That's what it's doing, just flowing them right on down to the toilet. Because, see, you put them in there and you feed them anything. You treat them like animals. Feed them slop. Leave them in there locked up and incarcerate 365 days in darkness. In a hole, down in the hole, okay, with no light of God, no light, no kind of light, nothing comes. Little tiny speck of a window up there. There goes some hope for that. Look up there at that little tiny window. That's it. You treat an animal better than you treat a human being up in the prison. For real. An animal get to go outside. An animal get to see light. An animal get to know love. But that's how you treat a human being. You just throw them in there and treat them like garbage. Throw trash food at them. Feed them anything. And then they come out. One day, guess what? Mr. Prosecutor, 43 years later, one day they gonna come out. And then you say they rehabilitated. These people you got locked up in here and treat them any kind of way, they rehabilitated, huh? They ready to come out and get back into society. After you done treated them that way, come right back out and commit other crimes because there's no rehabilitation, there's no training, there's no love, there's no caring. And then in comes Corona. That cuts off all visitation. They cut off everything. They just truly isolated now. It's over with. Barely get any mail. I'm telling you, honey, I was in there on the tail end of it. Right when things was going downhill, a few years before Corona happened. So, I'm telling you, now I can only imagine the horrors of the prison system, of this justice system, the horror. I can only imagine. Now, I read little stories. I catch little different things. I'm in on the group, the group message boards. I see stuff people writing, but I have to speak out. I have to say something. When you see something, say something. Speak out on it. See, because you never know. You are the change. You are the change. See, because you already started change with you. You already began to change. So now that you began to change, it's time to make a move. It's time to start to grow. It's time to start to rise, lift, and sow. It's time to link up and lock up and rise up with some other folks. Grab some other folks up. Yeah, that's what we're thinking. We're thinking up. We're going to keep on thinking up, like up with God. We're going to think up with God. We're going to rise each and every day to reach our greatness in God, no matter what's around us, no matter what comes at us, no matter what tries us, because weapons are going to form. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapon. Nothing you can say. Nothing you can do. Nothing you told so-and-so. Nothing they said they going to do. See, because I know what God said. I know what thus said the Lord. See, I'm going to turn to God. I'm going to turn away from the chaos, negativity, and drama. See, because you can put that in there all day. Deal with that foolishness. But, honey, it's time for peace. I told you about peace. It's time for peace, honey. It's time for peace and quiet. Listen to the birds sing. Because, see, they got a message for you. Just like they had a message for me, it's time to get to recording. I wasn't even getting ready to start recording. I was just recording the birds singing. And then God said, make a move. It's time to grow. So I went ahead. Here I am. Here we grow. Sow love. Here we grow. Start sowing love all around you. That's what you do. Use love to make a difference. It don't matter who don't grow with you, honey. You just keep growing. Just keep doing what thus said the Lord. Do what's in front of you. Allow God to do you. Allow God to use you. Allow God to be the manipulating, dominating, controlling force in your life. Allow God to be the marionette that control your puppet strings. Allow God to be the one to bring you everything. Because, see, when God pick you up, can't nobody bring you down. When God done grabbed you up, can't nobody snatch on your heels and grab at you. You ain't going nowhere. God got you. So let God lift you up. See, when God pick you up, you in good hands like all state. But see, you let somebody else pick you up. Let this man let him grab you up. He gonna hold you long enough until he can get what he want, and then he gone. And that's it, honey. I'm telling you, better put your trust and faith in God. Then God gonna bring you everything. God gonna bring you the right one that you need, that you're supposed to have. Wait on the Lord. Find happiness within yourself. How you know? How I know? I know. I had to grow. I had to be by myself and find happiness within. Find the joy and love of God. Because, see, if I allow the world to take me down, if I allow oppression, this man, I'm mad at him today and so, he done said what? Honey, I get my happiness and joy from God. And everything else just fall in place where it's supposed to. Get in where you fit in. Because one thing I tell you that ain't moving, and that's God. God gonna stand. I'm standing with the Lord, and God gonna stand with me. Because, see, I done put God over all, and God is over all in all. God is over all in me. God is over all everywhere. God over all that. God over everything. See, as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. That's it. We shall serve the Lord. We're going to serve God up in here. We're going to have some God. Each and every day. We're going to have God. So, see, can't nothing else turn me no way. See, I get on here and get to talking. I get to talking about God, honey, get to preaching about the Lord. And I don't see nothing else but God. I ain't getting on the floor, go head down to the toilet. I'm not going to do that. See, get up and somebody else's twisted up dreams for me. Because people got some plans for you, honey, if you let them. People set you up to be in all kind of stuff. Honey, you better step out of that and get with God. Get on the plan that God got you growing. Because, see, God has a beautiful plan for you. God knows the thoughts that he has for you, thoughts of good, not of evil, to give you an expected end, but you got to trust the process. You got to trust God. You got to go ahead and get over here, step over. Okay, God, we're just going to go ahead and do it your way. What do you want? What do you need, God, today? Just do what's in front of you. Do the right thing. Do what's in front of you and grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to get over. We coming over. We coming over. Change has come. You hear me? Change has come. Glory be to God. Here we grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. All over the world. Call somebody up and tell them to grow. They say hello, you say grow. They say hello, you say grow. Time to grow. I love you. Let's rise.